powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the election is rapidly approaching, but there are some important details to keep in mind before voting. Plus, construction for the Buckhorn school is underway, and officials hope it'll be up and running by next year.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:31 on October 12th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Evan Hatter for a look at your forecast this morning. And Evan, we are still in the middle of festival season. I guess we're kind of getting closer to the end, I would say. Yeah. But I know we have Jenny Wiley in Prestonsburg today. It's going to be great weather for that.
Absolutely.
So people heading out there can have something to look forward to.
Oh, big time. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful today all throughout the region, especially if you're headed down to downtown Prestonsburg for the Jenny Wiley Festival. However, as you head over to the Big Sandy this morning, we are watching a couple of showers early this morning. Cameras around the region. Here's the view, not from the Big Sandy, but from the Cumberland Valley. Some folks already out there this morning getting the yard work done a little early. Mid-50s in downtown Somerset this morning. It's dry there, but not quite so much in Pikeville. A little tough to see, but on our traffic camera a little earlier, you saw some showers out there into parts of the region in the Big Sandy, and you can see that on our Pikeville Medical Center camera. 54 the current reading. Again, just a couple of these showers. Most of it in downtown Pikeville has shifted off to the east and kind of fallen apart, but still watching some showers there, northern parts of the county, and then back further on into portions of Letcher and Harlan counties. So it shouldn't amount to much, but something to keep an eye on this morning. Low to mid-50s region-wide, much warmer than yesterday at this time when we were flirting with 40 in many spots, or even lower than that. Your forecast first, next 12 hours, we're quickly into the 50s. And look at this. Feels like April out there by the afternoon. Highs making it into the middle and upper 70s. And yes, as you head out to the Jenny Wiley Festival today, even tomorrow, we're looking pretty nice. Temperatures near 80 as we head through today and tomorrow. But rain on the way as we head into the weekend. The full details on that in a few minutes, Olivia.
All right. Thank you, Evan. 3 people are facing serious charges following a historic drug bust in Harlan County. Leslie Brock and Theresa Westfelt, both of Lynch, as well as Aaron Robinson of Cumberland, were arrested after the A&I and DEA, along with the Harlan County Sheriff's Office, spent several weeks investigating the case. 2 search warrants were executed Tuesday, yielding more than 470 grams of fentanyl and more than 650 grams of meth, several $1,000s, and 1 handgun. Kentucky State Police troopers are asking for help finding a man they say is wanted on multiple charges. KSP says they are looking for this man, 34-year-old Dustin E. Newsome. He is 6 feet tall with brown eyes, but is known to wear colored contact lenses. If you have any information about the case, you are asked to contact KSP Post 9 at 606-433-7711. A man is behind bars after he was reportedly found with multiple drugs. Officers with the Williamsburg Police Department brought 44-year-old Tommy Powers into custody along Kentucky Highway 92 West in Williamsburg on Monday. Officers found suspected meth and marijuana in Powers' possession and later discovered he had a previous felony conviction for drug possession. He was taken to the Whitley County Detention Center. On October 11th, former state representative and former Pike County Judge Kelsey E. Friend Jr. died at Pikeville Medical Center. Arrangements for the funeral and visitation have not yet been finalized, but the times will be released later today. He was 77 years old. A beloved Pike County educator has died. Tommy Thompson died at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington on Monday. Thompson was a teacher at Johns Creek Elementary and Pike Central High School for many years. Thompson was inducted into the Coaches Hall of Fame for Kentucky High School Speech League. We've highlighted his health struggles on WYMT through the years. His visitation will be today at Meta Baptist Church from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The funeral is set for Friday at 1 p.m. That is also taking place at the church. Thompson was 69 years old. The 2023 general election is now less than a month away, with Kentucky being one of 3 states holding a gubernatorial election. I was able to talk to a county clerk yesterday about what you need to know leading up to Election Day on November 7th. Before you cast your vote, Perry County Clerk Wayne Napier says there are some things to know and not forget when heading to the polls.
They actually need to bring their driver's license in. That's a good thing. And most of them know where they're going to vote, but if they don't know, we'll have it online.
To find your county-specific voting location, search elect.ky.gov. And Napier says if you plan to vote with an absentee ballot, you must meet the requirements. The last day to request one is October 24th at 11:59 p.m. Absentee ballots can be mailed or left in county-specific drop boxes.
They could drop their ballot in there anytime, and it's under 24-hour surveillance, so they don't have to worry about dropping it in. So that, or they could bring it, mail it in, whatever they want to do.
Napier says drop boxes and post offices are checked every day. And for folks who meet specific requirements, absentee in-person voting will begin at the end of October, with early voting at the start of November. Napier says he believes everyone should do their part and cast their vote.
It's a very quick process. I think everyone should vote. It's your option. You know, you need to come out and vote. It's just a great thing. You know, a lot of people complain about things, but if you don't vote, you shouldn't complain. You should come out.
The polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Election Day, November 7th. For more information on dates for early voting and links to the state website, visit this story on our website, WYMT.com. And around 86,000 Kentuckians with past felony convictions will be able to vote this year. Governor Beshear signed an executive order early in his term allowing nonviolent offenders to reclaim the right to vote. Kim George was formerly incarcerated. She's now helping others like her take advantage of the new rules and vote.
I am somebody. I matter. I matter. I'm a person that is a contributing member to the society, and I deserve to be more than just a number or a problem that you see.
This November will be George's first time voting since her conviction. The reconstruction of the Buckhorn school is underway. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has more on the latest timeline from Perry County school officials.
Multiple agencies are together in the Buckhorn School project.
You've not only got KDE and the facilities branch and the normal approvals that we would do in a construction project, but you also have FEMA now involved in that as well.
The project altogether is estimated to cost $15 million between cleanup and reconstruction efforts.
It was a $3 million cleanup from the initial damages from the flood, getting all the debris, the flood waters out of the school.
The other $12 million goes to reconstruction, but Maggard says they will be able to keep the shell of the school.
The concrete flooring, the walls, and the roof. It basically is what we have. And so everything else is a reconstruction.
They have removed doors and windows, flooring has been removed, and other progressions.
They've removed all of the ceiling tiles. They're beginning to replace the ceiling grid. Temporary walls have been installed on the walls that had to be taken down because structurally they weren't sound.
The building will get a new coat of paint as well.
Obviously all the paint was stripped off the walls. Walls had to be dried out with the water damage, and so the painting will begin here over the next few weeks.
Maggard says they plan to have the building ready for students by August 2024. In Perry County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Jody Maggard also says the school district will post updates on their Facebook page as the project continues. Officials with the Appalachian Arts Alliance in Hazard say they are excited to raise money for the arts by hosting their 4th annual radio takeover at WSGS. It will be on October 17th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It will include live performances from students at the art station as well as local musicians from Perry County. Executive Director Tim Deaton says they try to think of creative ways to raise donations.
So basically, you call in your pledge. If you want it to go towards the city's count, you can tell them the city, the county, however you want it to go with that, and then whichever one raises the most at the end of the day, of course, we'll get the notoriety of raising more money for the arts.
You can also donate by honking as you drive down Main Street in Hazard next Tuesday. Deaton says one honk equals $1. And now we'll take a look at some international news. Israelis are holding out hope for loved ones taken hostage when Hamas attacked their country. CBS's Haley Ott is there with more on the heartbreak families are facing as they wait.
Those who survived Hamas's brutal attack on Israel nearly 1 week ago wish they could turn back time.
I want to go back to Friday. I want to close my eyes and was all a nightmare.
Yifat Zeiler believes 6 of her family members are being held hostage in Gaza.
There's a 9-month baby and a 3-year-old child, and my aunt has Parkinson's disease. I want them back.
Some survivors are finding social media videos showing their loved ones being captured by Hamas.
It was so hard to watch.
21-year-old Gaia Calderon says it's heart-wrenching to see her 12-year-old brother Amit being taken. She's missing 4 other family members too, and says she has no tears left.
I can't cry because I cried so much.
More than 100 people were killed in Golan Abitbul's neighborhood of Kibbutz Be'eri in southern Israel.
A lot of my best friends died.
Those who made it out are holding on to each other for support. Nir Shani's 16-year-old son, Amit, is missing, but he's not giving up.
I'm hopeful he will come back. I'm not willing to consider any other option.
Many are taking refuge in hotels, trying to give the youngest caught up in the conflict a sense of safety during a deadly battle that's only intensifying.
Violent and graphic images from the war in Israel have infiltrated online platforms and social media. Mental health experts are worried that traumatic events like this can cause increased stress and anxiety, especially in children. In today's era of social media, it is nearly impossible to shield youth from the content. Dr. Catherine Stone is a psychologist and says parents should give children time and space to process their emotions.
Helping to empower them that there are things that they can do to make people here feel better. And maybe it's doing a yard sale or a lemonade stand and the money goes towards a nonprofit. I know on my street we have a neighbor who grew up in Israel, so it's checking in with that neighbor or taking flowers or taking food or saying we're thinking of you.
And she says for small children who have not been exposed to the pictures and video or are not sure what is going on, there is no need to worry them. Coming up, Broadway is premiering a new musical that took 3 decades to reach the big stage.
Calendar says October. Mother Nature says May. The details after this.